What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Views. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a revisit of a beer that I got from Aldi several months ago. It is the Wernesgrüner Pilsner. This is coming in at 4.9% ABV, 16.9 fluid ounce pint can here. I got this, it was over 4 months ago when I did the review, so that's when I bought this. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I know it was pretty cheap. I think I got 4 pint cans for like $7 or something like that. So it was a really good deal. Decided to pick it up, and I loved it. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. And I looked in the fridge earlier and realized I still had some of these, so I wanted to go ahead and give it a revisit since they were in there, and I need to clear some of those beers out of my main fridge. So let's go ahead and crack into this. Like I said, 4.9% ABV from Aldi. Wernesgrüner. You can't say that without an accent. It just naturally comes off the tongue that way. Wernesgrüner, I guess you could say, but that sounds weird. Beautiful looking head right there, about 2 fingers. Nice, golden. Very, very. Get a malt note. It smells similar to what you kind of get out of a Miller Lite. I know that's very controversial. I know it's not actually a Pilsner, but it has that kind of an aroma. You can smell like a little bit of like a hop note, malt, grain kind of note out of it. It smells sweet. It's from the barley malt, I guess. But let's see if there's any information on here. Brewing tradition since 1436. Brewed according to the German purity law. So this is a real, authentic Pilsner beer. Yep, that's about it. So, let's dive into Wernesgrüner Pilsner. Cheers. Oh. That is a very smooth, easy drinking, light to medium bodied beer. Fly trying to drink it. See, he heard how good it was and he wanted to come check it out for himself. But no, it's a phenomenal beer. There's nothing you can say bad about it. Guess I'd probably go with medium body on this one. A little bit of a bitterness there at the end. There's a little bit, very, very fine particulate in the body of it. It has more of a dry finish as opposed to something like something that's going to be more sweet. This has a little bit more of a dry finish to it. Decent carbonation as well. It's kind of you get a little bit of sweetness there on the front, but then on the back it kind of drops off and becomes more dry. Leaves a little bit of a lingering bitterness on the tongue, which is fine. If you're somebody that's not into more bitter beers, this may not be exactly your thing. I'm not someone that actually particularly loves bitter beers, or very bitter beers, but a little bit of bitterness doesn't bother me. And this has that. It's almost, kind of reminds me of like a Heineken in a way, kind of how that beer has like a little bit of a skunk aspect to it because of the green bottle. It kind of gives me that kind of a note to it. But if you like the Pilsner style, then I would highly recommend it. It's the thing is, I don't really remember it being this bitter. Although it's nothing like an IPA or Pale Ale or anything like that. It just to me, it has more bitterness than I remember it having. I don't know. Do these age well? I mean, it's a Pilsner. It's not an IPA, so I would imagine it's fine in the can. Is there a Best By date? Best By December 14th, 2025. So we're still within the Best By date here. But to be fair, this is my first beer of the night. So when I did the review last, I had already had a beer or two before I did the review. So that may have influenced my taste and maybe dulled it down a little bit. My palate might have been not as primed as it is now, being all fresh, because I just had some water before I did this, started filming. So that could be why I'm picking up a little bit more bitterness this time than I was prior. And as it warms up, as it's kind of just sitting here slowly warming up, you get a little bit more sweetness out of the initial taste of the beer. And then, like I said, it's dry as you swallow. So on the front, initially a little bit sweet. On the back end, drops off to more of a dry, little bit of a bitterness type of kick on the back. So, okay, as far as a rating, I gave it a 9.5 first time around. Now this time, I'm gonna have to stick with that. 9.5. I think it's a very good beer. I think it's definitely worth picking up if you're into the German Pilsner style. A lot of people are. I love them as well. I've had several. I would like to pin this up, and I think I said this in the last review, that I was supposed to actually do a beer battle between this and, I can't remember, Paulaner. I think is it Paulaner or Paulaner? Somebody let me know in the comments. But I was supposed to do a beer battle between those two beers. And I never ended up doing it. Something else came to my attention. I started reviewing things and I completely forgot about it. Until literally just now, because I remember the ending of that video. I was supposed to do a beer battle with this versus that. The Paulaner, but I never got around to doing it. So I need to go see if I can still find that in my area. I had found it couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, at a liquor store, and it was in a little cooler or a little ice chest up at the front desk. My girlfriend's actually the one that pointed it out to me. I didn't even see it because I had already picked up something and was about to pay for my items, and she pointed that out to me, and I was like, that's Paulaner. I've seen several reviews of that. I gotta try that. I gotta check it out. So that's where I found that. Hopefully they still have that over there, or somewhere around my area has it, and I'll do a beer battle. I think I still have a can or two of this left, so. Yeah, Wernesgrüner, still a very good beer. Like I said, 9.5 out of 10. Once again, this beer stands up. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit me with a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you would like me to try in the future, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. As always, until next time, cheers, and thanks for watching.